Have you ever paused in the middle of your chaos and felt that still, small voice calling you to rest? It's not a coincidence. That's me speaking directly to your heart, inviting you into a peace that surpasses understanding. My peace is not like the fleeting comforts the world offers. It is enduring, unshakable, and deeply rooted in love. When anger storms through your mind and emotions, remember this: I am the calm within your chaos, the anchor when life feels adrift. Imagine a moment when the world around you crumbles, yet you stand firm, steady as a mountain. That is the power of my peace. It transforms your turmoil into tranquility. There's a story about a woman who was often consumed by her anger at the injustices she faced daily. She would lash out at her family, her co-workers, even strangers on the street. But one day she turned her anger over to me. In prayer, she asked for peace, and slowly she began to notice a change. Instead of reacting, she paused. Instead of shouting, she prayed. Her life became a testimony of what happens when you exchange rage for rest. What about you? When was the last time you brought your burdens to me and let go of the weight you were never meant to carry? Every time you choose my peace, you invite transformation. You reshape not only your heart but also the hearts of those around you. Relationships mended, grudges dissolved, and bitterness lifted. All are fruits of a life rooted in peace. Let this be a beginning for you, a gentle nudge to surrender the storms within you and let me guide you to calmer waters. And as you embrace this, your heart will be prepared for the next truth I wish to reveal. Forgiveness is not just an act, it's a gift. When you forgive, you are not only setting someone else free but also breaking the chains that hold your own heart captive. My child, how often have you held on to hurt, replaying the same wounds in your mind, only to find that they grow heavier with time? Let me tell you this: forgiveness is not about forgetting, nor is it about excusing wrongs. It's about releasing yourself from the prison of pain and choosing freedom over bitterness. Remember, I forgave you long before you even thought to ask. Let my example guide you. There was once a man who carried deep resentment against a friend who had betrayed him. For years, the bitterness festered, affecting every area of his life. But one day, in a quiet moment, he heard me say, "Let it go." At first, it felt impossible. How could he forgive someone who had caused such pain? Yet, step by step, he chose to trust my words. He prayed for his friend, not for reconciliation but for peace in his own heart. Slowly, the weight lifted. Forgiveness didn't change the past, but it changed his present and opened doors to a brighter future. Could the same be true for you? When you forgive, you reflect my love. You open your heart to blessings that anger would have blocked. Think of it as unclogging a stream so that fresh water can flow again. When you hold on to grudges, you're not punishing the other person, you're punishing yourself. So let go. Trust me to heal the wounds you cannot. And as you practice forgiveness, you'll find yourself growing in strength, preparing for a new lesson I have to share. Words are like seeds. Once sown, they grow into something greater than themselves. Every word you speak carries weight. Either it builds bridges or burns them. Have you considered how your words reflect the condition of your heart? My child, your tongue holds the power of life and death. With it, you can encourage, uplift, and heal, or you can wound, discourage, and divide. I have placed my spirit within you so that your words might bring light to others. But first, you must surrender your tongue to me, letting me guide your speech with wisdom and grace. Imagine a father who, in a moment of anger, said words he later regretted to his child. Though the child forgave him, those words lingered, leaving a mark. One day, the father prayed for the wisdom to speak life instead of pain. Slowly, he began to change his tone, choosing words of affirmation over criticism. Over time, the bond between them healed. This is what happens when you let me guide your words. They become tools of restoration, not destruction. What about you? Do your words bring healing or harm? Pause and think before you speak, for even the simplest phrases can leave lasting impressions. When you choose to speak words of love, patience, and understanding, you align yourself with my heart. You create a ripple effect that touches lives far beyond your own. But this is not an easy path. It requires constant surrender, intentionality, and a desire to reflect my character. Let each word you speak be a reflection of the grace I've shown you. And as you master this, you'll discover the deeper purpose behind the way I've designed your voice to influence others. This will lead you into the next truth I want to reveal. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a lens through which you see the world. My child, how often have you focused on what you lack rather than what you have? Gratitude shifts your heart from scarcity to abundance, from despair to joy. When you thank me, even in the midst of trials, you open the door to my blessings. I know life can be challenging, but gratitude transforms those challenges into opportunities for growth. Let every breath you take be a reminder that you are deeply loved, and let that love inspire your thankfulness. There was a woman who lived a life of constant frustration, always wishing for more. More money, more recognition, more success. One day, she began writing down 3 things she was thankful for each morning. At first, it felt forced, but over time, her perspective shifted. She began to notice beauty in the ordinary, the smile of a stranger, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of her children. Her heart softened, and she found joy in places she once overlooked. Gratitude didn't change her circumstances, but it changed her ability to navigate them with peace. Could this practice transform your life too? Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what you have into enough and more. When you cultivate a heart of thankfulness, you align yourself with my purpose for you. You begin to see my hand in everything, even the struggles. And as you learn to live in gratitude, you'll find that it prepares your spirit for the next step in your journey, a step that leads to even greater intimacy with me. Humility is the foundation of true wisdom. My child, the world often teaches you to elevate yourself, to fight for recognition, and to build a name for yourself. But I ask you to take a different path, the path of lowering yourself so that I can lift you up. Humility isn't about thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. It's about recognizing that all you have, all you are, comes from me. When you embrace humility, you open the door to my guidance, allowing me to shape you into the person you were meant to be. Consider a young man who always believed he knew best, rejecting advice from those around him. One day, after a series of failures, he came to me in prayer, broken and ready to listen. Slowly, as he humbled himself, he began to learn from others, to see the wisdom and perspectives he once dismissed. His relationships flourished, and he found a deeper sense of purpose in serving rather than leading. This is the beauty of humility. It allows you to learn, grow, and connect in ways pride would never permit. What areas of your life could benefit from a humble heart? Humility is not weakness, it is strength under control. When you submit to my will and acknowledge your need for me, you align yourself with the source of all wisdom. This alignment brings clarity, peace, and a deeper understanding of your purpose. And as you walk this path, you'll discover that humility is not an end but a beginning, a step that prepares your heart for an even greater truth I am eager to reveal. Prayer is your direct line to my heart, a sacred exchange where your spirit meets mine. My child, do you realize how powerful your prayers are? When you come to me in sincerity, you invite my presence into every corner of your life. Prayer is not about perfect words or rituals, it's about connection. It's about sharing your deepest joys, fears, and struggles with me. When you pray, you create space for me to work within you, transforming your heart and aligning your life with my purpose. In every whisper, every cry, every silent thought, I am there listening. There was a man burdened by constant anxiety, unable to find peace in his restless mind. One night, in desperation, he knelt and simply said, "Help me." Though his words were few, they carried the weight of his heart. Over time, he began to pray daily, sharing his burdens with me. Slowly, his anxiety lifted, replaced by a calm he couldn't explain. Prayer became his anchor, grounding him through life's storms. It wasn't the words that changed him, it was the act of inviting me into his struggles. Have you made room for prayer in your life? Start small and watch how I respond. Prayer is the bridge that connects your heart to mine. It is not just about asking but also listening, trusting, and surrendering. Through prayer, you gain clarity, strength, and peace that surpasses understanding. It prepares you to face challenges with grace and to embrace the next step in your spiritual journey. And as you deepen your relationship with me through prayer, you will find yourself ready to uncover the next layer of truth I have in store for you. Patience is the art of trusting my timing over your own. My child, how often do you grow frustrated when life doesn't unfold as quickly as you wish? Yet I tell you, every delay, every waiting season holds a purpose. Patience refines your heart and teaches you to rely on me fully. It is not passive, it is active faith, a quiet confidence that I am working behind the scenes for your good. When you practice patience, you are choosing to rest in my promises, trusting that I will fulfill them at the perfect time. Picture a farmer who plants a seed. He does not demand the harvest the next day but waits, tending the soil with care. Over time, the seed grows into a fruitful crop. Your life is much the same. There was a woman who prayed for years for reconciliation with a family member who had distanced themselves. She often felt tempted to give up, but she kept coming to me in faith. One day, seemingly out of nowhere, her prayers were answered. The relationship was restored. Patience paired with trust is never wasted. What seeds of faith are you nurturing right now, even when you don't yet see the results? Patience is not about enduring for the sake of it. It is about preparing your heart for what's to come. In the waiting, I mold your character, shaping you to handle the blessings I have planned. Trust that my timing is always better than yours. As you learn to wait with grace, your heart will be ready to explore the next truth I long to share with you. A truth that will illuminate your purpose even further. Joy is not found in fleeting pleasures but in fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. My child, I have designed you with intention, gifting you talents, passions, and experiences that align with a greater plan. True joy springs from walking in step with this purpose. When you live for me, your days are infused with meaning even in the mundane. This joy is not dependent on circumstances but on my presence within you. It is a deep, abiding gladness that nothing in this world can take away. There was a man who spent years chasing achievements, thinking they would bring him happiness. Yet, with every milestone reached, he felt emptier. One day, he surrendered his plans to me and began seeking my guidance. As he embraced his calling to serve others, his life transformed. He no longer sought joy in what he could gain but in what he could give. His purpose brought him a sense of fulfillment he had never known. What about you? Are you seeking joy in the temporary, or are you ready to discover the lasting joy found in living for me? When you align your life with my purpose, you become a vessel of light and hope to those around you. Your joy becomes contagious, drawing others closer to me. This is the kind of life I've always intended for you, one filled with peace, purpose, and overflowing joy. And as you embrace this truth, your heart will be prepared for the final piece of wisdom I long to reveal, one that ties everything together and leads you closer to the fullness of life. Trials are not meant to break you but to build you. My child, every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, a chance to deepen your trust in me. I see the pain you endure, the questions that weigh on your heart, and the moments when you feel like giving up. But know this, I am with you in every storm, strengthening you, guiding you, and shaping you into the person I created you to be. Your trials are not punishments but stepping stones, preparing you for the blessings I have in store. There was a man who lost everything, his job, his home, and his sense of direction. In his despair, he turned to me, not knowing what else to do. Through prayer and perseverance, he found the strength to rebuild his life. His faith grew stronger, and his testimony became a beacon of hope for others. The same can happen for you. Whatever trial you are facing, trust that I am using it for your good. Look for me in the struggle, and you will find a wellspring of strength you never knew you had. Faith during trials is like a flame in the darkness. It illuminates the path forward and brings warmth to your soul. When you rely on me, you are never walking alone. Together, we can turn your pain into purpose and your setbacks into setups for greater things. Hold on, my child, and let your faith carry you. As you endure, you'll see how every test leads you closer to the ultimate truth I wish to reveal. A truth that will solidify your hope and expand your vision for the life I have planned for you. Trust is the foundation of your relationship with me. My child, do you trust me enough to surrender every part of your life? Trusting me fully means releasing your fears, letting go of control, and believing that my plans for you are good. It is not an easy thing to do. I know how hard it can be to step into the unknown. But when you trust me, you open the door to my miracles. You let my peace, provision, and purpose flow freely into your life. Trust is the key to unlocking the fullness of all I have promised you. There was once a woman who faced an impossible decision. Her heart told her to follow a path that seemed uncertain and risky, while her mind clung to the safety of what she already knew. In prayer, she heard my voice urging her to step out in faith. Though fear lingered, she trusted me and moved forward. Over time, doors opened that she never could have imagined, and she saw how every step was guided by my hand. What about you? Are you holding back because of fear, or will you take my hand and trust that I will lead you? Trusting me does not mean you will never face challenges, but it does mean you will never face them alone. When you trust me, you allow me to carry your burdens, to calm your storms, and to guide you through every season. This trust transforms your life, bringing clarity, peace, and a sense of purpose. And now, as you reflect on all I have shared with you, it's time to embrace the fullness of this journey. Together, we will continue to walk forward into a life filled with my grace, love, and unending promises.